You're listening to The Bailey J. Show on the Riotcast Network, riotcast.com.
This is The Bailey J. Show.
Hi.
Hello.
I've been froggy all day.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a white wine out of a coffee cup right now.
White wine.
White wine. Such a wine mom. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm the champ.
Why is that?
Because that's the champ.
I love the champ. What's his name?
Shannon the Cannon Briggs.
He's the best.
Let's
I
go
love
champ.
him.
Let's go champ.
You already have a mantra.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about mantras. You have a mantra.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
I do that sometimes.
You do.
Yeah. When I take shits, I say, let's go champ. Let's go champ.
That's cool. I need to work on a mantra. I don't have a mantra.
It works when you're exercising.
Yeah.
Like if you've done 25 push-ups and you're like, I can't do any more. And then if I say, let's go champ, I can do 3 more.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That works.
I can picture him there touching me.
Touching you.
Yeah.
Being your dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Well, that's cool. I'm really, really happy that apparently we have lots of emails according to you, unless you're a liar.
We do have a lot of emails. I have one show note. You have a few, thank the Lord.
Yeah, I've got a few things. I've been listening to the Mothman Prophecies again. Gets my wheels churning.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to say something? I didn't mean to.
I'm just, Allahu Akbar.
So it was really cool because it reminded me of a story we covered a couple episodes ago about that like weird figure that was in the school in like Brazil or Peru or somewhere like that, right? That like weird kind of what I would call an ultra terrestrial, just like a weird being.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the Mothman Prophecies again, which kind of talks about all that stuff, and John Keel, the author, kept reiterating things about the schools. It was like a recurring thing he would see in his studies. It was like schools were like a recurring thing, and a lot in South American countries, which is kind of interesting.
And the camera went off.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna. But like, so basically the school thing was a recurring thing, and that these weird entities that are associated with the Men in Black were going door to door in West Virginia in the late 60s, and were doing fake. They were saying they were census takers, but they were clearly not census takers, and were asking only questions about the children, how many children they had and how old they were. And this was all happening while the Mothman was happening. It's very fascinating, very interesting stuff. Fake census people. It's creepy, but yeah, I'm all about it. I wish they talk about that stuff on Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Pooper.
Nah.
Yeah, they don't cover. They just cover Trump and Hillary.
How did they not get makeup in his hair, Anderson Cooper? He's got that really white hair, and they put that like Cheeto makeup on everybody. I just don't get how they don't get it in his hair. I always think about that.
Oh, there's Gravy.
Lando, you're here.
Making his appearance.
Yep. He's great. I don't regret getting him ever.
So what's so crazy when I test this thing
Is that it works.
Yeah, always. But then once we start doing the show, no good.
I think it's a conspiracy.
I think it's either ghosts or this computer can't handle like a lot of different inputs.
It's like such a giant fancy computer that you just got it.
No, this is an older one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like by older you mean
like 3 years.
Okay.
That's old. That's like
Is that really?
Yeah, 6 months is old now.
No, the singularity.
But see, we've got this going on, which has an error, and then we've got the outside cam, which isn't working as well.
Okay. We're still recording right this second?
Yeah, right now they're seeing there we go.
This show,
beautiful shot. That's outside the window of the studio.
That's our neighbors. We're just broadcasting our neighbor's house.
I'm broadcasting the clouds.
They are nice.
Let's watch them move.
Bob Ross would like those clouds.
If anybody sees any shapes in these clouds, you can email BaileyJShow@gmail.com and let me know what you saw.
By the way, it is Wednesday, and it most likely is not Wednesday when you're listening to this, but it is actually Wednesday in the reality I am existing in right now.
That's right.
And Wednesdays are statistically it's like a huge, they don't know why, but that's most UFO sightings happen on Wednesdays.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it had to be one of the days.
Not really. No.
Oh, it's always Wednesday.
It's always it's
Oh.
like 88% or something like crazy. Like it's like this. I don't remember the exact number, but John Keel talks about that. He calls it the Wednesday phenomenon.
Huh.
And he's like, I don't know. And he's like, and apparently, they're just on Wednesdays.
I don't know.
Doesn't make sense, really.
No, not at all.
That's what's so interesting about John Keel's approach to things, because he's like, I get that it doesn't make sense. It's just what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So Anyway. So what are all the emails? Are they actually good emails, or are they just like, show me your girl wiener?
No, they're always great. No, they're real. They're related to the shoe.
I love shoes.
You want me to just start doing emails?
I don't know. I'm not going to make you do any. I mean, I'm not telling you to do
To be
it.
honest, I only skim the beginning and then I just go for it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna assume it's good because I've been so proud of the viewing audience and listening audience.
I've been really impressed so far.
As such, and also such as. We got like 3 the day we did the last episode. Episode 219.
Okay.
This is episode 220, by the way,
Ooh.
for everybody listening. And it's Wednesday the 27th of July, but you'll probably get this on the 28th. Although I may put it up tonight. Sometimes I'm crazy.
That's when you're out of control.
Yeah.
You're losing your mind, Matt.
But no, I don't like doing emails first. I like to settle into that.
I wasn't saying to.
Yeah.
I was just asking. I was just saying I'm glad we got lots of emails. You could do it in the last 10 minutes of the show if you wanted.
No.
The house smells like risotto
Mm-hmm.
and cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I'm making risotto. It's going to be like the best.
What's in it?
Arboreto rice
Mm-hmm.
and diced tomatoes and turkey Italian sausage
Mm-hmm.
and garlic and onions that have been cooked with the sausage and white wine and butter and Parmesan cheese.
Sounds delicious.
It's going to be crazy. Oh, and basil.
Whenever anybody says dice or diced, I think of Dice Clay.
It's diced.
There was a podcast that I used to listen to
Mm-hmm.
called Nerd Poker, and they had a dice tray, so they would call it the Andrew Dice Tray. And then
That's hilarious.
whenever they throw dice, they're like, "Oh, they're the 20 dice." Forget it, bitch.
I can't believe they gave him a show again.
Yeah,
Ugh. Embarrassing.
yeah. He sold out Madison Square Garden. Oh.
And if you are upset that this isn't paranormal conversation, I think Andrew Dice Clay is an alien.
Also, I just did a Popeye impression, not Dice Clay.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Look, it was a bitch.
That's solid.
Thank you.
That's good. Okay. But okay, so I am gonna look to the skies per John Keel's request because it is Wednesday evening. I'm gonna see if I can see a UFO tonight
Okay.
in the backyard.
Yeah.
Also, we live in Florida, and Florida's like the UFO state.
Mm-hmm. Is it
Yeah.
more than Nevada or Arizona?
According to what I read recently, Florida's like the state now.
Hmm.
A lot of people seeing UFOs.
Yeah, that's true. Nevada has Area 51, but there's nobody in Nevada. There's like 2 cities in the whole fucking state.
Well, yeah, so the odds that so many people are going to see something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Florida's like a big state. I'm surprised you don't get a lot in Texas. I bet you do get a good amount in Texas.
Yeah. Probably do.
Not Austin, you bunch of fucking hipsters. I
Well,
know.
Florida has a bunch of, bunch of people, a bunch of backwood, there you go,
I saw it.
roads. I saw it happen. Lots of different things can cause, things to happen.
Ghosts and aliens.
Ooh.
Was it super broken?
Yeah, it's pretty broken.
No. Why is our show the worst show? My face is only going to make this redeemable for like 2 more years. I'm hitting the wall. People are going to be like, I'm not putting up with this.
Yeah. So, well, you got a show note?
I mean, kind of. We need visual. I remember I was saying, like, set up the website, and then, like, I need you to open tabs.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't do any of that.
I know. You have too many things to do on the show.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
no, now the Enterprise is going to crash. The engine shut off on the Enterprise. What are we going to do?
The Enterprise is going to crash. All right. So, see, now if I stop recording the video to fix it, so it'll work for 5 minutes, then it will no longer sync with the audio that we've already recorded.
This isn't even a paranormal show anymore. It's just tech.
Yeah, it's just how to break. It's not even teaching people how to fix things.
It's just like, hey, watch us flounder as things break regularly on the show. It's like our thing. It's like our Carol Burnett thing. Like, instead of laughing to the audience, everything breaks literally instead of breaking figuratively. It's like our thing.
Yeah. Well, you keep talking. I'm going to fix things. I'm smart. I'm going to unplug things.
I want to find a cohesive list of celebrities who have UFO sightings. Because according to one of my friends who's big in the paranormal scene, he said that Nick Jonas has one, which woo. But then Mick Jagger has one. I mentioned briefly Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice, apparently. She, like, took pictures, and there was, like, a mass sighting in L.A., like 3 years ago, and she saw, like, strange lights above her house, and it was an alien. But as soon as any celebrity comes out, as soon as anybody comes out saying they've seen a UFO or they think they've had a paranormal experience, everyone kind of, like, makes fun of them. But if a celebrity does it, it's, like, twice as stupid sounding, because celebrities are notoriously really flaky and become Scientologists and are, like, morons. So it's kind of not great when celebrities say they've seen stuff. But I don't know. I still think it's cool. They should feel comfortable enough to say they've had experiences. Also, those celebrity ghost shows where they would have celebrities, like, you know, tell their weird paranormal stories. I use the term celebrity loosely because it's usually like Chachi from, you know, Happy Days. But isn't he a Republican now?
Yeah, he was at the Republican National Convention.
That's their big star. That's hilarious. I always love seeing what, like, celebrity they scrounge up.
Yeah, I saw that he stood there and was, like, quiet. I know that much happened. Like, he was just standing there awkwardly with his melting face.
Is his face melt? Oh, because it doesn't look like baby Chachi anymore.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, if you never knew him as a kid, you know, nobody would notice. You'd just be the handsome guy, like you know,
like Ralph Macchio.
Carrie Elways.
They're gonna say Carrot Top. Yeah.
So we can just use this guy. This guy is the guy doing the show now.
Okay, he's the new host. I'm out. He has a beard. He knows what he's doing.
And this is the show right here.
Let's just stream Louis C.K.'s stand-up.
All right.
So I'm at the park and there's these no drinking signs, and it doesn't say no drinking.
Anyway, okay. So the cameras just don't work.
Yeah, there's no devices, so I'd have to. I'm just trying to think if I stop.
I hate this.
Well, that's the only option at this point, so I'm gonna exit our recording. Let's see. All right. Okay.
We're making it happen.
Yeah. So
in 5 minutes when it goes off again.
Yeah. So I should be able to theoretically sync this up because it goes off of waveforms.
Okay.
So this second video, if I drag it in and do a sync of both things, it should work.
Okay.
But if not, then, you know, it doesn't.
I'm so sad. This shirt is supposed to be, I always blank on her name, but Jamie Lee Curtis's mom from Psycho.
Yeah.
But my boobs, if you look in the thing, my boobs ruin it and make it a giant alien head, which is kind of appropriate, but it just looks like a gray. And most people just assume it's an alien, but it's actually, what's her face from Psycho.
Yeah, I want to say Anna Faris, but I know that's not it.
No. Anna Faris is that blonde lady that does B movies. Those movies are actually probably a hit. What I assume is a shitty movie that didn't do well always ends up being like a huge hit, kind of like Big Bang Theory. Like it's always just like the most popular thing. So Anna Faris movies probably do really well.
I know her name, the woman on your shirt.
What's her name?
Starts with a J.
Janet Leigh.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Bet you can't spell Lee though.
Leigh?
Wata.
I know.
Wakata.
Photographic memory.
Ditokta.
Let's just do the show in Klingon from now on.
That was actually Korean.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, Klingons. Wasn't what's his face a Klingon in like one of the really old ones?
Lots of people were.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
He was in the movie.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I like Christopher Lloyd.
He's a nice man.
Apparently my uncle, who I haven't seen in years and years and years, looks like Christopher Lloyd now, according to a family member of mine who just saw him. Like, she said that he seemed like really spaced out and like seemed like just like she said he was like Christopher Lloyd. But then I found out from my mom, this was a few years ago when my mom was alive, she told me, she's like, no, he's not always like that. She saw him right after he got electrocuted. And I was like, what? And apparently he had right before she saw him, had been doing housework and had just electrocuted himself.
He reminds me of the dude from The Great Outdoors who was electrocuted, struck by lightning 996 times. He must have been struck by lightning at least once. Christopher Lloyd.
He seems like, he was just struck by lightning.
We're going to absolutely get struck by lightning living here.
Yeah, apparently if you're trying to get struck by lightning, move to Tampa because people get struck by lightning a lot here.
Not just Florida, Tampa specifically is the most deaths happen in Tampa from lightning.
Yeah.
There's also in the country the most thunderstorms are in Tampa. There's like one a day, and some of them it's just like fucking in a dance party. It's just like lightning. There's just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it's like perpetual lightning and thunder.
Yeah, I've done Snapchat videos. You know, they're 10 seconds long.
Right, where you can like wait for lightning.
Yeah, I'll catch 2 bolts in one recording.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Apparently Tampa is whatever the indigenous people of Florida were. Tampa meant lightning in their language.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how true that is because a white person told me at a nail salon.
Right.
But it was said.
And the sports team is the Tampa Lightning.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot of people have flags. I think it's the hockey team.
Okay. Yeah, so I hope I don't get struck by lightning. There was an old episode of Unsolved Mysteries that I used to be obsessed with Unsolved Mysteries when I was younger. And there was an episode where they talked about a family. I mentioned this to you briefly, but there was a family where like every generation had been struck by lightning.
Okay.
And like they thought it was like hereditary, that they couldn't explain it.
Wow.
But,
Maybe
like,
they attracted it.
Yeah, it was weird. And then like one person got struck by the lightning that comes out of the ground. Like they're just like walking out of the grocery store and they were like struck by lightning.
Well, there's all weird kinds of people. Have you ever seen those videos of like the kid in Russia where like pots and pans stick to him?
Yeah, and the people who can do pyrokinesis where they like rub their hand over a leaf and then it catches on fire.
Yep. And then there's also people now who are like allergic to technology and they have to live in like the middle of nowhere. And there's actually places that are giving safe spaces where there's no power lines, no internet. And if they're anywhere near it, they get like headaches and nausea and they can't live.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in some of the paranormal shows where they're kind of debunking some of the paranormal activity that people are experiencing, like paranoia or feeling like someone's watching them or feeling really uneasy, they usually debunk it when there's high EMFs in those places. Like they say that people are actually just experiencing like high electronic stuff.
Yeah, because the way I heard it was just, a couple people, like the whole town doesn't have to move.
Right.
Just a couple people. But maybe certain people are just more sensitive.
That's kind of what I'm implying. Yeah. That's interesting.
Well, it's good to know that there are places where you can be not affected.
Without having to be Amish. Ugh.
Oota.
Amish people. I don't have to worry about them hearing this, so I can just talk shit about Amish people all day.
I'm going to use one of our new pens.
Ooh.
Bailey got new pens. They are the Wexford.
We're at that phase.
pens.
We're at that phase in marriage where I'm like, I bought a bunch of pens, and it's like, oh, thank God, we've been needing pens.
I'm writing a possible show title. The Amish can't hear this. Show
like
title number one. So, I did a drawing of Star Trek recently.
Yeah, you did.
I did on my Instagram, Old York Matt. You can see it. Number 1 is included. Picard, but he looks like Yul Brynner. Data, Worf, and the Polish lady. And
she's not Polish. She's Greek.
No. There's also a blonde Polish lady.
Oh, is there? I don't remember.
She looks, she's Eastern European of some sort.
Okay.
But the Greek lady is very, you can see right behind number 1. You can see the Greek lady who I had a crush on when I was a teen.
She is theatrically Greek. She is the most Greek person.
Now I see her and I'm like, really? But
I get it though. Yeah. On the show, she had like boobies and like big hair.
Yeah, it's gross because I'm attracted to like ethnic big-breasted brunettes.
Right.
And that's my mom.
It's so like when I see her, I'm like, Matt, that's your mom. I mean, I feel like all that stuff kind of correlates. When I did the advice show with Jim Norton, this guy called in and he's like, I have a smoking fetish. And I was like, did your mother smoke? And he was like, huh? Like he didn't want to go there. And I was like, oh, just kidding. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, I have a foot fetish and I have and I like spit, and I have a very in-depth memory of a bully with me on the ground putting his feet on my face and spitting on me.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay. You don't really need a, master's in psychology to figure that one out.
Yeah, I never had any experiences. Well, no, you know what? That's not true. I did. I was scolded for my whole life for masturbating. And there was always a woman in my life who was overseeing to guilt me if I was doing it, or a god. So then I developed quite the masturbation fetish.
Yeah.
Like public or
public
whatever.
masturbation, yeah.
Like watch the Basketball Diaries and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. I watched that scene. It's nuts because
it went out.
I lived in Astoria, and I think the movie they shoot the scene in somewhere in probably New York, Brooklyn. So it looks exactly the same, and he climbs up on the rooftop, late at night, and it's great. He's talking about it. He's just like, you can feel the wind, and it's super therapeutic. I recommend it for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's totally society just making certain things a no-no, which can be nice.
Well, No is a product that sponsored the show.
They did for a minute. That's true. But right now, we're sponsored by different people, and I'm going to actually talk about one of those sponsors right this second.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
The Bailey J Show is brought to you by tweakedaudio.com. That's TWEAKED audio.com. If you enter discount code Bailey, BAILEY, you'll get 33% off of your purchase, and shipping is always free. So yeah.
This is American Idol. Maybe I'll just leave your camera up for now.
Why?
Because your people want to see you.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna try that for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, do I help you not be self-conscious? Having
A
two
little
cameras?
bit, but it's cool. I'm on a diet. It sucks. One day. Just do two. Just do two me.
Do me.
Do me.
Okay, let's try it again. People have been sending in suggestions on how to fix the video problem, and one person said they believe that the text we have is at a higher level.
Okay.
But it isn't. That's not it. So come up with something else. Nice try though.
Damn it. Fix our problems.
Yeah, there's got to be, out of these 10,000 people listening, you don't have to send money. Just email baileyjshow@gmail.com and tell me how to make this not do this. That includes you, Derek Gott, if you're watching the video.
He's a boy wonder. He's good at this stuff.
He's a boy wonder, stuffy and lovely and bright. He's a boy
Stuffy.
I couldn't just try to think of words.
I'm drinking a $6 wine, and it tastes like $6 wine.
All right, so the only show note I have is not paranormal, but it is interesting. And we don't only do the paranormal here, we do science and tech and masturbation habits. There's a giant megathrust fault that's been discovered in the Earth's crust under the most densely populated part of the globe that could wipe out tens of millions in an earthquake. A giant fault in the Earth's crust covers millions of tons of sediment in one of the worlds. They said that already.
So where is it?
It is right here in between, like around the Bangladesh, India area.
Oh, come on. They've had it. They have it hard enough.
I know. It's the location is home to a megathrust fault, which could unleash a 9.0 magnitude earthquake at any minute.
There's no poetic justice in the world, I swear. Like that should be right on LA. Why is it going to be in India?
Well, LA's got a pretty bad one too.
Yeah, but nothing's ever. Sometimes.
This type of fault creates the largest earthquakes and was responsible for the 2004 Indian Ocean disaster, which almost wiped out Banda Aceh, as well as the 2011 Japanese earthquake. Both of these events resulted in massive tsunami waves as the epicenter was far out to sea. However, the newly discovered megathrust fault has massive numbers of people living in close proximity, many of whom are packed into poorly designed and constructed buildings. Yeah, hold on, let me put this on the screen. This is crazy. Look at that. This is like how crowded it is there.
That's crazy.
And then, they have like, just poorly built. It's not poorly. I mean, it's what they do, but it's not good for earthquakes.
That's not great.
Please don't break my house.
Come on. Nope.
Don't do it. I'm the only person that still does Indian accents.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's officially 1997 again.
But yeah, that's pretty bad. I bet Dom Herrera does it.
Probably. How's your drink? You're making your own mochas now because Starbucks uses corn syrup.
Yeah, I found out. I was drinking Starbucks decaf iced grande cafe mochas, which are delicious. I haven't had them in years, but I remember I used to love them. So I started having them again, and they're so good, and I had it every day. Suddenly I needed it. Every day it would be like 4 o'clock. I'm like, I'm going to go get a mocha for like 3 weeks. Then I started wanting 2 of them.
Right.
And I'm like, why do I want these so bad? So I looked up, like there was a pull. It was an addiction, clearly. So I looked it up. High fructose corn syrup, which is the shit that's in Oreos. And if you look at a lot of food in the grocery store, they even will specifically say now, like no MSG, no HFCS. So I had to make my own iced coffees now, which are better, and they are not $5 each.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I'm going to save enough money to buy a boat.
Everyone has a boat here. It's boat country.
I don't think I'd write that down.
It's pretty good. Very punny.
What's the website, my friend? That you're how weird something?
It's weekinweird.com. And I believe the Week in Weird people follow me on Twitter. If I'm not mistaken, we had some sort of interaction on Twitter back when I was on there. But it's great. It's just weekinweird.com, and they just have like really cool stories like every like it's a kind of a blog type situation. And I just like, I don't know, just kind of skimming through it and wanted to see if anything stuck out to you, like stuff that you thought was interesting.
Well, this is relevant. Miss Cleo passed away yesterday.
That's right. I was going to mention that. I freaking always loved Miss Cleo. Growing up, I loved Miss Cleo. I love her now as an adult, especially because I found out recently Miss Cleo was a lesbian, a late-in-life lesbian, which is super cool. And she's from Los Angeles. She would go in and out of this kind of Caribbean, kind of Creole accent. But, and I'm sure we have to have footage of it. But she was American.
Don't you really want to know?
Okay, I was wondering who the father of my baby was.
All right, let's take a look. The Miss Cleo DNA test. I'm solely searching for the father of your baby. Oh, it's the one that's very unpleasant, okay?
Okay.
And he's also the one that had another girlfriend while he was sleeping with you.
Yes, he did.
Yep, that's him. That's the daddy.
Okay.
But you knew that.
I wasn't sure.
I don't know how. The baby looks just like him.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so you were in denial. Because he has a funny little chin, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and the baby have that same little chin.
Oh, my God. Ooh.
The cards can reveal things that you will never see by yourself. Call me now for your free tarot reading.
Call 1-800-980-8637.
She got really... Well, where's my voice? She got really Jamaican on the last sentence.
Yeah, I love her. And I kind of come from the school of thought that I think she does have a gift. And I think she you know, you can't, like, fake being a psychic all the time and do well with it, really. I don't think, unless you're like I'm really good at NLP and reading people's body. I mean, there is cold reading. I mean, there is some stuff, but I kind of am impressed by people who have like a fake gimmick. Like I get like excited about it. So when I hear like, oh, she has a fake accent, I'm just like, that's fucking hilarious.
Right, like Joel Osteen.
Yeah, Joel Osteen and his blinking and his blonde wife, like that's a routine too. Like it's I don't know. Routine.
You know, to be honest, I've watched him on multiple occasions early in the morning, hungover, to make fun of him, and then it's like 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh yeah,
maybe he's right. Maybe Jesus is a magic man.
Let's bring up Joel Osteen because he's just so good at what he does.
He is good at what he does. He's a good speaker. He stresses me out though, man. I don't know what it is.
There's got to be a commercial.
Yeah, just the slow-mo and the, you know what I mean?
Look at this. Look what he fills. Look at how many people
he
gets.
It's insane.
It's a joy to come into your homes, and if you're ever in our area, please stop by and be a part of one of our services. I promise you, we'll make you feel right at home. But I like to start with something.
He looks
funny.
like one of those male sex dolls that are just like a little too feminine to have sex with.
He was having a big
He's
party
got a moose
in
knuckle.
his house. In his backyard, he had this
It's
huge
showbiz.
swimming pool filled with sharks and alligators. He announced to his guests, anyone that will swim across my pool, I'll give you anything you want. In a few minutes, there was a big splash. This man was in there going 90-0, dodging alligators, maneuvering around the sharks, made it to the other side just in the nick of time. Got out as quickly as he could. The wealthy man said, wow.
He looks more like a
you're
late-in-life
the
lesbian than
bravest
Miss
person
Cleo
I've ever
does.
met. I can't believe it. Now, what would you like me to give you? The man said, what I want more than anything else is the name of the person that just pushed me in. Say it like you mean it. This is my Bible.
This is my Bible.
I
am what it says I am.
I have what it says
I have what it says I have.
I can do what
I
it
can
says
do
I can
what
do.
it says I can do.
Today I will be taught the Word of God. I boldly confess. My mind is alert. My heart is receptive. I will never be the same.
But this is definitely
In
not a
Jesus'
cult, by the way.
name. God bless you.
God bless you. Maybe the
I want
fourth
to
be
talk
with
to you
you.
today about
Okay,
taming
I'm done.
your tongue.
Joel Osteen.
Wait, he wants to tame the
One of the
tongue.
main
No.
reasons
See,
people
I'm
get
hooked.
stuck in life is because they haven't learned how to control their mouth.
You can control my mouth any day of the week. Yeah, anyway.
So Miss Cleo, yeah, I don't really care if people are charlatans either. I don't know. I mean, I guess well, that's not true. I take that back.
Well, I just feel like everybody is, but people would always kind of come down on her a lot. And it's almost, I always feel like everything is whatever, but then as soon as like a person of color or, as soon as they do it, it's like, no, like it's like extra. It's just, everything's phony. Everything's show business. Yes, the TV psychic had a fake accent, like big fucking deal. I don't know. But I think Miss Cleo is completely amazing. I just also where people are gonna remember her, like it's like the Snapple lady or Elvira, or just it's so cool when you can create this like fully realized character like that. I just think that's really impressive. It's vaud. You know what it is? I romanticize vaudeville, and vaudeville's dead. And so when people are still kind of vaudevillian and interesting, I am impressed with that. Personally.
Me too.
Me too. Thank you.
We still don't have a show again.
Oh yeah, it didn't. The cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's nice. Well, for everybody that's just listening to this on audio, they can just enjoy it. They don't have to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is low budget bullshit.
It is bullshit. We're really sorry, everybody. We're gonna fix our life. I promise.
You guys need to donate more so I can get the $5,000 studio software equipment that makes video streaming actually work. I was wondering why this was free, and now I know.
Because it's shit.
Because it doesn't work.
Well, that's good. There was another video on Week in Weird when everything's up and running again. It's like an actual real instructional video for the police about how to deal, and it's from like the early 90s, late 80s. So it's there was this whole kind of satanic panic. It also happened in the 70s, the satanic panic, where everybody was like really concerned with like satanic cults and like children being sacrificed and all this stuff, and really there was almost no credence to it, if I understand correctly. Like there weren't that many cases, although I have heard some stories, and there's actually a story in that video from kids being sacrificed and being used as like blood bags for satanic rituals.
Blood bag is from the Mel Gab, the Mad Max movie.
Yes, it's true. So anyway, but there was an actual instructional video that's like really corny and really silly, and it's on Week in Weird, and I definitely want to make sure I'm giving them like a huge boost. Like people should go check them out, because I don't want to just like take stories from sites and not have people like go to it and like become fans, because they seem awesome. But yes, they have an instructional video on there. I don't know where it is. It's under Miss Cleo, I think, and it's like literally like how to it was like talking to cops about how to like recognize witchcraft and how to deal with Santeria and voodoo and demonic possession and stuff. And it's on that site, and there's a video.
Okay.
And it's cool.
Let's see. It's on the homepage.
It must be on the homepage.
Yeah, everybody at home, you can follow along with me.
Oh, it looks like that first story is that girl I was telling you about.
The Exorcism?
But yeah, that girl who died. But yeah, so the real life exorcism tapes. Ooh, that looks cool.
There's something on here with the police?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry. No, I was just mentioning that was interesting, but we didn't need to click on it. If you go back to the homepage, go down. There was a police video, like instructional videos for the police about how to deal with like witchcraft and stuff, and it was like really silly. It's like really 80s and there. And like kind of offensive and like very offensive and ridiculous and very satanic panic, like propaganda nonsense. But yeah.
Please work, oh dear Lord.
What? Why wouldn't it work?
Nothing really works. That's why. Okay. All things need to be refreshed and restarted. Make sure you please do unplug the computer.
Come on.
And you click play.
Oh, I give up.
Yeah.
This show's a nightmare.
It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, if I all things will be like this now. Watch. Oh wait. No. Wait.
No. The ad loaded.
Hey. Come on. Hey.
Come on.
This must be a Firefox.
See you again. It's been a while.
What the fuck is that?
Alright, so that works. Joel Osteen works.
Freaking Joel Osteen.
I'm not gonna learn more. It's gonna refresh.
Refresh. Like a douche.
Let's open it in YouTube.
Oh, and our cameras went off.
How do you know? Oh yeah, mine just did too. Well, that's fun.
It is fun. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. That's what we should do, just kill myself on this episode. Not that everyone will see it, because the cameras are broken.
Look at this. This is the video now. It doesn't even have a play button.
No, I give up. Oh my god, I hate this. I want to crawl inside myself and die.
The Star Trek noise still works.
Well, that's good. That's great. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's terrible. So what do? Do we just stop doing... We can't stop doing video.
I mean, I feel like we have to. Do people really like the video? Is the video really? That's like the big selling point?
Let's see. YouTube.com/C/
Oh my god, we don't have to do that right now.
Show.
Jesus Christ.
Videos. Yeah, they watched the last episode 1,500 times and the one before it 2,000 times.
Ooh.
So, that's not bad. It's not shitty. You know what I'm saying? I'll get it to work.
I'm just gonna keep drinking my fucking cup wine.
People love us. They don't care if we have cameras on. They'll listen to us fixing it. They're just driving their cars. They got nothing to do.
That's true. They're stuck at a dead-end job right now. Quit your job.
Yeah.
Anyway. I don't think so.
Okay, we're recording again.
Great.
I've decided the problem is the computer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to test doing the whole show through my laptop next time.
Mm-hmm.
Because this computer is just it's like 4 inches thick.
Ooh, baby.
The new ones are like, an inch or half an inch thick. So I think this is a very old computer.
Okay, well that's nice. I vote that we go to the emails personally, only because I'm super excited to have you read them to me.
Okay, to me.
To me.
Let us pray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go backwards.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure when. Once you hear one that you remember, then say we did that already. This is from yesterday at 3:57 in the morning. I'm not sure what time zone they're in, though.
Mm-hmm.
But either they're up there very late, or they live somewhere else. And I know where they live. They live in Texas. Which means it was 2:57. This is from Jesse. I'm from Roscoe, Texas, and I am 27 years old. I would like to share some things that have happened in my house that I have not been able to explain. This is a haunting story and not an encounter story, Bailey.
Okay.
I bought a rundown gas station so that I could convert it into a house. From what I understand, it was a barber shop and a pharmacy also. I have lived there on and off for about 9 years. When I did not stay here, I would rent it out to different people. I am now currently living in the house by myself. I have been here for almost 3 years now, and to this day, the shower will turn on and off by itself every couple of days. It was happening so frequently that I decided to put a camera in the bathroom to see if I could catch it on film. I did. I still have the footage. When we were in the process of turning the building into a house, a plumber was hired and the shower turned on above his head. He had checked to see if the water was still cut off to the house, which it was. He was so frightened by this that he left the job and did not come back.
Huh.
I have an antique grand. Do you understand that that means like? Cause
I know, I understand. Yeah, I'm following.
I just didn't know how much plumbing knowledge you had. I have an antique grand piano from the 1904 in my home that will play by itself also. The first time I heard it, I was in the game room playing video games. I want to go to this guy's house.
You're right.
No one else was in the house. Couple of months went by, and my friend Brendan had stayed the night and told me the next morning that he heard the piano playing. I'm just assuming that Jesse's a guy because they bought a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Then one other night, I had my other friend Philip stayed, and he said he heard the piano play. What was crazy is that I never told my friends that it had happened to me, and then they never told each other that it happened to them. So no one knew that it was a thing until I had told them that it had happened to all of us. We then told my friend Burke about it, who does not believe in the paranormal. He then confessed and told us that he has heard the piano as well. I have no animals, by the way. I then decided to shut the grand piano top and shut the keys. No one has heard the piano play since. The house has been rented to several different people, and most of them complained that strange things were happening in the house. Money was lost because the renters would move out because of this. Back when I first moved into the house, my mother had told me that an old man she did not know had walked up to my house one day when I was not there, and told her that an old Indian man lived here. He then left after telling her this message. Lastly, I went to visit family, and while I was gone, a girl was decapitated in the front driveway of my house. She was on a motorcycle and slid underneath an 18-wheeler.
Jesus.
This was reported on the news, so it has been publicly documented. P.S. Is Bailey still thinking about having a video game podcast? That's from Jesse P. in Roscoe, Texas. Roscoe Pico Train.
I don't know. Did we talk about doing a video game podcast?
We talked about, not a podcast, we talked about doing the other thing where you would like live stream you playing video games, but I don't know if we talked about that.
Okay, I thought about that. Yeah, I don't know. Little distracted by the decapitation at the moment. That's exciting. I mean, not for the person who got decapitated, but that's a very, very interesting story.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is crazy. And it's cool because he's got the kind of like double blind study, triple blind study situation where like none of them knew.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Jesse, if you can put that up on YouTube, the video of the shower privately, make it a private video with a password or something, and send it to BaileyJShow@gmail.com, and then we can look at it, and then with your permission, perhaps show it on this show. That would be cool.
That would be really, really cool. I'm really fascinated by that, though, because they had a similar thing with a shower on the first season of...
Bob's Burgers?
No. Ghosts of Shepherdstown.
Okay.
They had a shower that was turning on and off.
Wow. Yeah, because if I was a plumber and the water was turned off and water, that's crazy. That's like, it's like not even real water at that point.
Phantasm water.
Like, what is it?
I don't know.
And the piano playing, but then when it was closed, it didn't, which means something was physically pushing down the keys.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
That's Owen Wilson as a paranormal investigator.
Yeah. That was great, Jesse. I don't know.
I think that's freaking awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see video of the shower turning on and off.
So I guess they're still living in the house.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I wonder what the thing was with the Indian man. Do they mean like Indian like from India or Indian like...
When I hear Indian, I assume from India, but when you're talking about paranormal, usually people talk about Indian burial grounds.
Right.
I don't know how you would know he was an Indian and a Native American unless he had like a headdress on. I guess they have a certain look. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I guess some people just, if someone's indigenous. I don't know. Anyway, but that's very, very interesting. I think that's awesome. Our emails, I'm like really impressed with the emails we've been getting to the show, actually. Like that one didn't disappoint at all. What's up?
I made my camera too low.
Oh.
I had too much negative space above me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, baby. Your baby. It's better.
What else you got?
Let's see. We've got... Nope. Mike C, I don't know if this is a thing or not, like the new format. Hi guys. I really like the supernatural occult direction the show is taking. Please keep it up. I heard you mention in a previous podcast that you had the Book of Thought deck.
Yeah.
And my ears perked up. That. I've had the deck for a few years now, and there's something about it that's mystified me for a while. All of the minor arcana have a planetary sign and a zodiac sign assigned to them. And these are found at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, creating a vertical line right down the middle of the card, except for 4 of them. The 9 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, have their sign and blah, 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 at 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and the 8 of Wands and 2 of Cups have their signs on a horizontal line along the top of the card. I've read Lon Milo Duquette's book on the Thought Tarot, and he show pretty clearly that Crowley was fastidious about the appearance of each card, to the point where Lady Frida would repaint a card 8 times before Crowley was satisfied with it. So the break in his pattern is deliberate, asking us to pay special attention to these 4 cards for some reason. I just haven't been able to figure out what the reason might be. If you have any ideas and wouldn't mind throwing them out there, that would be amazing. I think I've been looking at these cards for so long, I that can't see them in a new light on my own. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, the thought deck is very involved. And Crowley was meticulous about everything even just his nature was very meticulous. So nothing. That's a good point. That nothing's ever unintentional. The same can be said for the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Every little thing, every emotion, every little thing in that is there. The cards are just dripping with Kabbalistic symbolism, and I couldn't tell you that. I was using the thought deck for a while, and I've actually switched back to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because I feel like it's a better fit for me right now, because the thought deck is so involved and so heavy and so dripping with message. It's just it's a lot, especially if you're new to the tarot, which I'm a little new to like tarot proper, but yeah, like it's intense. It's really, and they're gorgeous. You've seen the cards. The thought deck. It's gorgeous. It's kind of like Art Deco. And
are you pronouncing each letter in it? Is it thought or thoth?
I say thoth. Okay. Some people say Toth.
Okay.
It's an Egyptian god, I believe. So everyone's different. A thoth is like supposed to be the archetypical magus, I believe, like the great magician of Egyptian magic. But yeah, it sounds like he's studied the cards more than I have, because it's like I said, dripping with Kabbalistic imagery. Just everything. They're so rich with there go the cameras. So rich with there go the cameras. The cameras.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh wait.
Oh, weird.
Now the cameras are back, but the sound is gone.
That's good. I'll take it.
Nothing's better than talking about ancient Egyptian magicians.
Weird. So that happened at the same time. The YouTube link fried and the cameras went off and back on. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Weird. Okay. So anyway, were you done talking about the thoth?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Ooh. You guys hear that? I hope you heard that.
That was thunder.
This is from Darla.
That's a cute name.
Love you both. That's the subject.
Thank you.
This is from July 22nd at 8:36 p.m. I became a fan of Bailey's when she first started putting out work. Immediately, I was taken with her and had to know more about this person. The more I heard and saw of you, the more intrigued I became. Loved when you were talking about who you were and your background. The reason for so much interest outside of the industry you are working in is because I am transgender. I didn't seem to fit the mold or labels out there for the most part, and I loved your attitude and confidence. I agreed with your views on many points about the whole spectrum. I am very similar on how you feel about yourself from interviews and listening to you and Matt on your show. Sorry to go on so long, but I had to write and tell you both how much I love the show.
That's so sweet.
Over its changes, and appreciate hearing your views on life and all things paranormal. Would love to get involved with the creative arts. You're so genuine and unique. Darla is my line name, but planning on going by Rachel once I transition. Hugs to you both. That's from Darla.
Well, that was sweet. Thanks, Darla.
Thank you. Very, very nice. Someone else thanks us for putting the show on YouTube.
Oh, that's good.
Someone else is offering to give us their music.
I like music.
Okay. This is from July 21st. From Gumdrop.
That's cute.
Or Gayson. Let me know if you've heard this one before. I don't think we have. Hi, Bailey and Matt. So I absolutely love your show. So glad that I decided to check out the Bailey J Show after listening to the Trans Witching Hour. I'm also really glad you started with the occult topics. Your last show talking about shadowy figures definitely hit home here. Besides seeing people moving in my periphery, I saw a shadow figure quite a few times while I was at work. So the first time I was 20 at work at a developmental center. I was taking care of old, blind, mentally handicapped people. I was sitting with my one-on-one alone in the dorm because everyone had gone to do arts and crafts with the other consumers. As I was sitting reading my book, all of a sudden I heard the bed alarm go off. I went to check on him, and he was sound asleep and not moving, so I went back to reading my book. I heard the alarm again, so I looked up for a second, and there was a shadow walking by me. I went around looking to see if someone had caused it, but no one had. I checked because I was paranoid. Someone was trying to get me in trouble for reading a book and ignoring my sleeping charge. Later, I told my supervisor, who was working with me at the time. She's like, "Oh, you've seen him too," and proceeded to tell me about all the other creepy shit that people have witnessed in the dorm area I was assigned to, and the old coworker who was found dead of a heart attack. Besides the shadow man, I've only witnessed a door closing by itself numerous times and the alarm that would go off for no reason. Another story I have is about an old coworker taking pictures of one of the buildings next to us that was abandoned. He looked at the photos, and in one of them on the second floor window was this ghostly person standing looking out the window.
Oh, wow.
That place was extremely haunted. I so miss working there with the tunnels to the old morgue and all the creepy abandoned buildings. I'm also certain that places like that with a long history of abuse to people being taken care of are haunted. P.S. Sorry I can't donate to the show because I'm a broke-ass bitch, and if it's poorly written, which it probably is. Keep it real, keep it sassy, Gayson.
That's cute.
Stay sober, stay in school, and stay in sports.
Okay, that's really cool, though.
Yeah, what I'm getting from these emails more than anything else is it's just... At some point, if you want to be, I know we don't like to talk about skeptics, but if you want to be the skeptic who's just like, that last guy with the gas station probably just made it all up. After, we do this format for another year and we have, 600 of these, it's just everyone's making it up. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to let go of that.
The reality is I don't have enough blind faith to bury all these, personal accounts.
Yeah.
Not just on the show, just in general, personal accounts that have been going on for just thousands of years of people having paranormal experiences. So for me, it takes too much blind faith and sloppy science work to ignore all that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's really cool. I would get shadowy figures in the corner of my eye sometimes. There was one time where I woke up back in Wappingers and we were in New York. I woke up in the middle of the night and there was kind of like a haze in the doorway one time, but it didn't feel negative. Mm-hmm. And then I went back to sleep and I told you about it the next day. But most of my paranormal stuff's just precognitive dreams.
Yeah, you had one the other night.
I did. I dreamt that our friend's girlfriend was in the hospital, and then the next day she had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And it was
you dreamt that he was really upset.
I dreamt that he was really upset and that she went to the hospital for being sick. And then it was very dramatic and scary. And then the next day, that is what happened, which was kind of weird. I dreamt that my cousin got pregnant, and she did. I dreamt that my cousin, basically my grandmother mentioned in passing, she's like, "Oh, your cousin's here. I'm watching her for the day. She's real sick. She's just, poor thing. She's got her head in the toilet." And I was like, "Oh no!" And my first thought was just, "Oh, she has the flu. That sucks." And then I went to bed that night, and in my dream, it was like, she's throwing up because she is pregnant. And she was like 15 at the time, and I called her and I was like, "Are you pregnant?" And she fucking lost her shit because she wasn't telling anybody because she did not want to be pregnant because she was 15 and or 16 or however old she was at the time, and she was in fact pregnant. And our cleaning lady, I made her never come back.
Yeah, you made our queening lady.
A queening lady.
Clit. You made our queening lady clit.
I made her quit because I didn't mean to make her quit. I was meditating and I kept having this vision of an ultrasound, and so I asked her if anybody if she knew anybody that had just lost or had just had a baby, and she was like, "No." or she said, my cousin did. And I'm thinking, that's not it. It's you. And so then I was like, because I kept seeing a baby. And then I was like, but I knew what I really wanted to ask was if you've ever lost a baby, but I didn't want to say that. And I said, do you know anybody who's lost a baby? And then she said, and it was 2 women that would clean her house. It was the woman and her sister. And she was whispering. She goes, I lost my baby. And my sister, she's not even my sister, knows. And she just says, I had a miscarriage. And I felt terrible. I shouldn't have even approached her about it. There was just like this urge to do it. And so then I said, okay. And then I kind of explained it to her nicely. I was like, I was meditating and I saw like, what looked like an ultrasound in my mind. And I was like, I wouldn't take this as a negative thing. I was like, I think it's just kind of, if I had to make a guess, it would be that just this energy once you know it's okay and that it's, life is okay and everything's okay. And she was very sweet about it, but then we never saw her again.
Yeah, the next week she wasn't there.
Which I felt terrible
Then
about.
never came back again.
No. I gotta remember, especially and I come from Spanish people, don't talk about spooky stuff to Spanish people.
Yeah.
You just don't do it. Like, even my nail salon that was all Spanish, I would give 2 of them card readings, and then I asked the other ladies, I was like, did you want a card reading too? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
They were like horrified. So I was like, okay. And my grandmother, by the way, super Catholic, super Spanish, was really bothered by my interest in the occult when I was younger. Granted, now she calls me every single day for a tarot card reading. But yeah, she was really bothered by my interest in the occult.
I used to work in a realty office with a couple of Dominican girls. And one time, Stephanie, I told her to come into my office so I could show her this video of David Blaine. And she didn't know who he was, and she's watching it. And then, the punchline happens where the magic happens. And she's like, oh, no. And she just, walks out.
No!
And she's like, she said something about the devil. And she's like, don't show me that ever again. She was so upset.
Yeah, Catholicism's really fucked up what it does to people. That's not okay. Yeah. It's not okay to make people respond that way to street magic.
Right.
It's just, it's very clearly abuse. It's like trauma 101. It's like not okay. Anyway. But yeah, and I still deal with that stuff. I had to do an unbaptism to renounce my renounce my contract to Jehovah, because it just fucks you up. It's not cool. And I didn't ask to be tethered to Jehovah. Jehovah didn't get asked to be tethered to me. It's if you look at every other religion in the world, they're taking spirits in and out and pledging themselves to spirits knowingly. They're not just having it happen to them when they're babies. Oh, the camera's on.
I know.
Damn it. The worst.
You just keep talking. You keep doing the show. I'll handle this stuff.
I won't. But yeah, so anyway, I didn't ask to be, me and Jehovah were in a 3-legged race where it's I'm not asking for that. I didn't want that. So I reneged the contract respectfully. I was just kind of sorry, bro. We're done. We're separate. But yeah. And I'm working on my book again, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my writing coach is Connor Habib, who is an incredibly brilliant writer and tastemaker and gay porn star and amazing. And so he's helping me. He's coaching me while I write the book, which is really cool. He gets it. He's a weirdo like me. He's on the fringe.
That is good.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to fix the cameras right now.
I know. What do you want me to do? I'm not doing anything. I just don't know what to say.
Talk about ghosts.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Ghosts. They're really cool. Sometimes they're see-through. Sometimes they look like shadows. I've never just fully seen a ghost, though. And I think it's because I'm not mentally prepared to. I think I would lose my mind if I did.
Well, yeah. What the fuck do you do?
I mean, at the same time, maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd be totally chill. My grandmother, on the other hand, who's terrified of... Well, it's weird. I think of her as being really scared of the occult, but at the same time, she lives in a house where there's constantly rapping on the windows and knocking on the doors and phone calls at 3 a.m. where no one's there. And then after my mom died, the phone rang and a woman just said goodbye and hung up. And my grandma was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. And she heard Mama when she was sleeping. Not the horror movie. She was going to sleep and she heard a woman's voice say Mama. And my family very specifically says Mama in reference, you don't, if you would never call your mother Mama.
No.
That'd be weird. I call, it's specifically Mama is how we pronounce it. But everyone in my family says Mama. My grandma says it.
Right.
And my mother says it. And, you know, if my uncle was to call my grandma, he'd be like, Mama, I got to ask you something. Like so she heard Mama very specifically from a female voice. That's very kind of cool.
That is very cool.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. We're already at an hour. I'm just putting it out there.
I remember.
Okay.
We still have a couple things to do.
Okay.
It's all going to be okay, Bailey.
Mm-hmm. It's painful.
It really is. Okay, so the show, let's see if I can find anything to put on here that people can just look at.
Just give them anything. Just a gaping butthole. Although then
This is crazy. Like, YouTube doesn't work. Like, nothing works.
It's a nightmare. We'll just have to get a better computer. We'll charge it. Don't do Joel Osteen.
That's it. The only thing that works.
Joel Osteen hijacked our show.
Doesn't work either.
Anyway, okay. Well, I already mentioned tweaked audio.
We have a couple things. Okay, everybody. That last person that said they couldn't donate, that's fine, because many of you do. These are the donations we've received since last week. Andrea S., thank you for your continued monthly contribution to The Bailey J Show.
Oh my God, go fast. You're gonna kill me.
Walter B., you knocked it out of the park with your kind and generous donation. Thank you. Luna M., you're crazy because you keep sending money every week.
Every week.
It's just
the show doesn't even work.
It's just wonderful. Really appreciate it. Rick, I want to say the last name, so I'm gonna. Hardman. Thank you for your number 2 donation value of the week. Paulie Boy, thank you for your donation from Australia. And JS, you are tied with Rick Hardman. And I want to thank you for your kindness and your friendship. You are now a friend of the show. All of you are friends of the show. So if you're feeling bad, you can think to yourself, well, at least I'm a friend of the Bailey J Show. Because yes, our friendship can be purchased. Because to tell you this, people I do hang out with that aren't buying my friendship, waste of time. So I am very open to accepting purchased friendships.
Oh, there goes the audio. So that's good.
Yeah. So you can find me at Old York Matt on all the social medias. You can donate to the show by going to BaileyJShow.com and clicking the support link on the right side. You can also do your Amazon purchases through the Amazon link that is also on BaileyJShow.com. Please go to iTunes to the Bailey J Show and rate, review, and subscribe, which many of you have been rating and reviewing, and I appreciate all your 5-star reviews. That helps us do things and get more sponsors, such as Playboy.tv/Bailey, which is a wonderful sponsor of the show with all of their beautiful ladies, and you get a free week, and all you got to do is put in an email. They don't charge you anything, and after a week you say, and you cancel, and you didn't pay any money, but you got a free week of boobs.
The Bailey J Show is also brought to you by Girls Without Vaginas at ts-baileyj.com. If you can enter... Oh, wait, no, there is no discount code.
No.
But if you get a membership, go to ts-baileyj.com and you can watch all of my new porn. If you've been jerking off to all the old videos that are kind of poopy and they're like from 100,000 years ago, my boobs are smaller, just go to ts-baileyj.com and you'll see all my new porn. That's ts-baileyj.com.
It's true. And as you can see on the screen, if you're not watching... just go to, email us at baileyjshow@gmail.com. If you want to watch this totally tragic video, it's youtube.com/c/Bailey Show. That's where all the videos are of the shoe. And there's no more songs at the end of the show because then we get copyright notices. And I'm going to just do a thing where I end the show with this.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
This was the Bailey J. Show.